G'day ladies and gents, and welcome back to War Thunder. Today we're gonna be, uh, clubbing some seals. Yeah, I feel really bad this time. I genuinely feel awful, because spoiler alert, this match is gonna be disgusting. So, we're in the Heinkel 100D, and one of my previous videos was actually on the Heinkel 100D. Now, just quickly, if you would like to support the channel, you do have that option of purchasing an Air Models little die-cast model. They're extremely high quality. I have a couple myself, and honestly, I cannot recommend them enough. They ship worldwide. I can't see any reason why you wouldn't want to buy from these guys. And obviously, I've got an affiliate link down below that helps support me, and of course, you get a really, really nice little model. So if you have the money to do that, and you would like a die-cast model of an aircraft, then I would go with them. Honestly, I can't see anything else that is better. Well, back to the actual video. I genuinely feel bad after playing this particular match. My last video, my previous video on the Heinkel 100D was in fact on this map, and it was at this battle rating as well, 1.0 to 2.0. Now, to put this in perspective, I have a spaded Heinkel 100D. I have a maximum crew on expert and 8,000 hours behind me. Some of these players, unbeknownst to me, have less than 5 games in realistic battles. Now, I didn't know this until I looked at their stat cards. Now, a long time ago, maybe I think maybe 9 months ago, there was a little change to the battle settings so that new players would play their first 50 matches against a partial lobby of bots. Now, I thought this also applied for realistic battles. It doesn't. It doesn't. So, yeah, these guys are not experienced players coming back for a cute seal club. They're fresh off the download button, brand new players. At first, I felt pretty fun. Like, I was enjoying myself playing this match. And then I realized, like, it hits me about halfway through, and genuinely I feel awful. Because these players have literally just picked up the game, and then they get their asses kicked by someone who literally no-lifes this game. How crap is that? How shit would that be as a new player? Look at this lag 3. This lag 3 is going up for the Dornier 17, and probably doesn't have the situational awareness developed in order to not stall yourself out in front of an enemy. Some of these guys are in planes that climb fairly well, but they're not really climbing, and in fact they're wasting a lot of their energy. You can see there's a Nimrod. I'm just going to casually go head on with him. I'm already on 3 kills with that burning Nimrod counting as another. Not only that, the Heinkel 100 is probably one of the most still broken, overpowered seal clubbing machines that the game has ever seen. Now, the Hurricane Mark IV is fun because it's meme, right? It's not really that amazing. It still does the job, and it is still more than capable. But the Heinkel 100D just combines that raw performance with a very, very inexperienced enemy. So you think about how inexperienced someone might be just taking a vertical like it's nothing against a Heinkel 100D that retains so much energy that even this Nimrod who has come out of a dive does not stand a chance against the might of the racing plane. Now, don't get me wrong, I love this plane. I think this plane is absolutely amazing. Everything from the design, the old purpose, it was originally going to be a racing plane, and then they stuck guns onto it and was like, hey, this isn't a bad idea. And then they realized it was a bad idea because the moment this thing gets hit, its wings, which are used for cooling, the wings are basically giant radiators. So the moment you hit the wings, the moment you lose your engine cooling. So I think the design of the plane and the fact that the plane is in the game is an absolute beauty. Like, I think that that has to be one of the most unique, most interesting, and just flat out most amazing planes to even grace the game. Having it fight absolute noobs, especially when I would consider myself experienced. I wouldn't particularly consider myself a good player. But if someone who was a lot better than me, a lot more patient than me, decided to come down and play some low tier just to blow off some steam, they would take the whole match with them and get all 15 kills. I can do a fair bit of damage, right? But anyone can do a lot of damage when you're fighting up against people who literally don't know that the C key is there as free look. They don't know anything about the game because they have literally just started. They may have less than 10 hours in the game. And to me, that's really sad. Because this game is a great game. I think it's a good game, but imagine the new player experience. Imagine being a new player and then just suddenly getting your ass kicked by someone who knows a million times more than you do in this game. It sucks. So, obviously, I love a good complaint. And I think we have a very good reason here. So, it's time to offer a very good solution. For a player's first 50 RB battles, if they do not buy a premium, because I guess if Gaijin makes money off premiums, then I suppose they can give them access. The first 50 battles for players who are not playing with a premium account or a premium vehicle in any game mode should be almost exclusively against bots, with the exception of simulator battles, because they basically are against bots anyway. I think, like, look at these players. Do you think that this type of player who's played a couple of arcade battles and decides they want to try realistic battles is going to stay in realistic battles, is going to learn from realistic battles? The answer is no. So what we need is something to sort of lube it up a little bit before they jump in with the big boys. And that, if they jump into, say 2.3 with someone who's really well experienced, I think that's not too bad, because at least they sort of know a little bit. They know maybe how to lead their guns. They know about stall speeds. They know that their flaps rip if they go too fast and if they ignore the warnings. I think these basic things, learning how to climb a little bit, this is where it was all sort of starting to get formed, or at least should be. But instead, people are getting clubbed before they even sort of get to the main battlefield. There's not a whole lot for these new players if they're going to just get absolutely slaughtered. So I think that this is the best solution. And not only that, it'll probably shorten the queue times for these people that sit for ages waiting for a battle. Especially at low tier RB, where it's a little bit dead. Now, I could have had my 9th kill here, and that would have been my record. Yes, my record is 8 kills, so I've basically matched it by clubbing noobs, which doesn't really feel that good in retrospect. At the time it felt alright, but now that it sort of has sunk in a little bit, I feel terrible. And everyone should feel terrible if they do this bloody well against noobs, because it's not a real victory. It's not real skill against real skill. It's just taking something that's broken and overpowered and using it against someone who doesn't know what they're doing. And I think that this should stop immediately. I think chuck as many people up against bots, and I don't think they will mind, because they'll be having fun, they'll be getting some kills, and they will be learning about the game. That's the crucial thing. People need to take that time to learn, and they're not going to do it if they're going to get slaughtered. So, ladies and gents, I hope you understand where I'm coming from. It was a great game, but unfortunately, it was kind of against people who didn't know what they're doing. So, take what you will. I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. Take care, and I'll catch you next time.